actually not the instructor.
Hi.
Hey, welcome to class.
You decided to stay home from the gym today.
Oh my gosh, surprise. Hello. Hi everybody. Yay. All right, well, welcome to Lengthen, Strengthen. We're gonna get started. Can you guys hear me? I'm having funny issues with my AirPods again. Everybody can hear me? Okay, great. I don't know who the instructor is, but whoever you are, instructor that's in class, hi. All right, Luis is here. Therese, I see. Hi, how are you? I'm Mike.
Good, how are you? Take it easy on me today.
I know. Oh, it'll be good. It'll be all good. I'm actually going to use a timer today. So if you see me with this, I'm going to have a timer on it, my little iPad thing. We're going to try to stay in stretches for a good minute to a minute and a half. So I'm actually going to put the timer on purpose just so that we that full stretch. Okay, so we're just trying different. I just, you know, me shaking up class a bit. So if you guys make sure you have a mat, please make sure you have a yoga strap if possible. We'll use that if you want a little bit deeper of a stretch. Other than that, and a foam roller. Those are the 3 things we're gonna need. But we are gonna start with some stretching, deep stretches before we get into that, with some mobility a little bit too. So Lengthen and Strengthen is the class, but we'll do mobility also in the class too. So I wanna make sure we get a lot of that going on, and we understand that we'll do a little bit of both. All right, so I'm gonna mute everybody just because feedback purposes. Welcome to class. If you have more, but I feel like everybody has been actually, so we are good to go. As long as my technology continues to work. It's good to have you. All right, so find your place on the mat. Give yourself just about a minute or so. Let's find our place. Anybody can't hear me or need questions or anything, don't be, you know, reluctant to come in. You can always take yourself off the mute if you need to. I just can't have it for the feedback purposes. All right. My Christmas tree is up. It just doesn't have ornaments on it yet, but I love the glow of the light. I decided to go for it. Make sure I have my timer next to me. All right, so everybody have a seat, please. We start in a seated position. Can you guys see me okay? I know I've been doing a spotlight myself. I just always remember that now. I'll make myself bigger to you. And the lighting, if it's, should be pretty good. Yeah, we're, all right, so have a seat, please. Just in a cross-leg position. Just kind of relax, no pressure to sit in the exact perfect posture right now. Right now, I just want you to come into some peace and stillness. It's Monday morning. If you haven't been here for a while, welcome back. If this is your, I feel like maybe first, second, or third time, it's good to have you again. Little by little each week, more people, so it's fun to build on each week. Wherever you feel your hands are gonna relax, you can take them to the ground, or you can have them in your hands, just folded, whatever is comfortable to you. Let's just take about 30 seconds to close our eyes, set an intention for today, for your week. Find your sit bones, come to rolling your shoulders back and down. Take a nice inhale in through the nose, and release through the mouth. Try 3 just like that. So inhale in through the nose. Release any tension in your fingers. Last one, release any tension anywhere you're holding it. Slowly open your eyes if you hadn't already. I'm gonna let someone into class. You just stay here for about 30 seconds more, just breathing in and out. Let me let in a couple people. Hold on 1 second. Keep going. It's good we have more members. Come on in. Welcome, Marine Valley. All right, there we go. And now please take a hand and place on the floor, palms facing down, right at your side. You should come, like, not right at the knee, but a little bit behind. They're in line with your shoulder. Roll the shoulders back and down. Zip up through your center. So that means kind of like sit up, find your sit bones, like the bony part of the bottom. Zip up through the center. For this, we are going to get better posture. So we're going to take a look right at me or towards your camera. Take and pretend like there's a puppet pulling you right through the top, holding your head nice and still, and just relax, right? Oh yeah, okay, sure, right? Take an inhale in. Stay in this great posture you have right now. Shoulders back and down, core is braced. We're sitting nice and tall and hold. Sitting still is actually a really difficult thing to do. Creating a posture that allows you to feel confident, like you can go about your day in a positive manner for yourself. Pretend like you're squeezing a pencil right between those shoulder blades, right in the back. The chest is standing proud. And your goal right now is to do nothing but stay perfectly still. Release your hip flexors, release your feet, any tension you have in your mouth, your jaw, your forehead, your temples. Slowly let yourself kind of Velcro yourself right to the mat, right to the floor. Let your breathing slow down. So we go into these deep stretches. We're able to find breath to go along with the stretch. Closing your eyes helps you stay there. You have about maybe 15 more seconds. So for the next 15 seconds, please just take time for you. And just like Velcro, start to take and peel those hands up. Take a big stretch like we're just getting out of bed for the day, okay? Like a big stretch as far as you can stretch. Wiggle your fingertips. You can bring those shoulders up to the ears if that feels comfortable, however you would do it. Kind of side to side. We're gonna start to reach, stretch the side body. Have an intention behind it, but it doesn't have to be perfect. Let it be kind of wiggly, kind of wobbly. You might feel the spine opening up a little bit. The only thing I ask of you is please try not to tip forward. So at least open your chest and eyes to the sky. And now hold to one side, whatever side you feel comfortable with. Place this hand down on the ground. Open your heart to the sky. Feel through the hip flexor wants to come up and lift. Try to ground it down into the mat. Keep the shoulder away from the ear. And hold. Inhale in. And exhale. Last time here. Just like a rainbow. Gonna make a rainbow in the sky with your hands. Come all the way over to whatever side you weren't on. Hand on the ground. Open the heart to the sky. 3 inhale in and exhales. What do you want to inhale? And what do we want to exhale? Slowly come to the other side, place the hand down. Take these hands together, interlock the fingers, press them towards me, and hold, opening up those wrists. Keep some activity going on the feet if you can. Wiggle your toes a little bit so don't fall asleep. Now kind of take your hands towards your chest and now press out with the fingertips facing me. If you want, you can make it like flat or rounded if that bothers your wrist too much. You're gonna squeeze between the shoulder blades. Make sure you're continuously keeping yourself nice and tall in your seated position. This kind of can get uncomfortable at any time. You know, add that yoga block if you want to send the yoga block for the hips. One more time, press through. Opening those fingers this time, can you kind of spread them apart? And last time, all the way through. And if you kind of want to move them around, close and open like a clamshell, You can do that too. All right, let's shake out the wrists. We're gonna do our wriggles up to the ground. So let's take our arms all the way up. Create some nice blood circulation in the arms and all the way down. However this feels comfortable to you. It's silly, right? But it really works. So let's keep it up and move the arms around through the shoulder joint. And one more time, all the way up, 4 and 4. Wonderful. All right, let's take our shoulders warm up. We're gonna go back for 4, 3, elbows towards the back of the room. And now we're gonna come towards the front. So let's rotate forward. We're gonna come 1, 2, 3, 4, towards the back, 4. If you wanna make it big, you can make it a little bigger. And now forward, 4, 3, 2. We have one more set, 3 sets of 4. Towards the back, I'm gonna make mine really big this time. Watch the shoulder joint. Feel what's comfortable to you. And then we go towards the front. Try not to use your neck. The neck kind of tries to take over. Use just the shoulders and the arms. It might even let you be a little out of breath. Don't be surprised. And release. All right, a little sip of water if you need it. We're gonna go into the, find my timer. We are gonna start in our 90-90 stretch. They are repeated stretches on purpose. Why? Because they work. Not because I can't come up with something new to do. For real. Here's the deal. Certain things, we wanna open our hips, we gotta create flexibility, we gotta create strength, right? And power at the same time. So we need to do some of these truly every day. There's no reason you shouldn't do every day. So if we start on Monday, I challenge you till next Monday, at least 60 seconds to 90 seconds in the next 3 moves every single day. Watch what happens with your flexibility and agility and everything else you do. And avoid injury. All right, 90 degrees. We take this foot out in front of us. Hips are squared towards me. We have the foot out in front, knee, ankle, toe towards the back. Our goal here is to tip ourselves from the hip, eye gaze coming towards the floor, and have one hand on each side. Eventually, ball, feel the goal, arms down, one outside of the knee and one outside of the foot goal, okay? So wherever you are today, I want you to find at least a space that you feel that you are getting a nice stretch, but not any knife-like pain. So find that place. I'm gonna give you about 15 seconds to find it, and then we're gonna go into this stretch for 90 seconds, okay? This is called a 90-90 stretch. So we are going to, purposely I'm using this on purpose, just so we get exactly what we need out of this. So know that you're doing it for 90 seconds today, so it doesn't mean you can't do it tomorrow. So find your space, take it in. Remember to breathe all through the 90 seconds. Ready, set, release. I'm not going to be perfectly quiet, but more silent than usual. I'm going to try to walk you through this move and then find a place of peace, stillness, and release. Try not to collapse into your shin. Eye gaze towards the mat. You can always breathe in and out. Come a little bit up and then go back into the stretch. So many options. In 3, 2, slowly bring yourself where I can see your face. Slowly bring this leg around, lifting your leg up safely. Bring it towards the front. Lift both legs in, bring it in. Take the arms to the side and give yourself a nice big hug. You might feel stretch through that hip in the back. That's perfectly normal. Tuck the chin to chest. Give yourself a nice big hug. And stop. That would have been my 2-minute one. All right. I decided to set for 2 minutes instead of 1, but I need to take you out 30 seconds early. All right, let's hit the other side. 90-90, so bring this foot out towards the front, toes facing the camera. Try to get your hips square to me, so avoid sitting like that way. So see your hip points? You wanna come towards the camera. So if you need to even bring this foot closer, that's fine. Your knee and heel can touch. That's perfectly acceptable, okay, if it's too much. Otherwise, try to separate them. Knee, ankle, toes. Keep activity through both sides. Find your place. And set. Now, what can we do different this time? Inhale in all the way through the nose. I can't hear you. Nobody can hear you. Don't be afraid to make noise with your breath. That oxygen and breath allows for more space. Please tuck your chin towards your chest. Eye gaze towards your mat, not towards me. Trust my voice and at least have your eye gaze towards the floor. You don't want to keep your neck up and put strain on the neck. Inhale in. You want to rest your forehead on the ground. If you get that far, that's perfectly fine. And if today, as far as you get is right here, sitting just forward, tipping forward from the hips, that's amazing. The more you do it, the more you're going to get from the stretch. All right, wonderful. Slowly come up, slowly come up. Don't let that alarm bother you. Bring your leg up and around. Bring your knees towards you again, feet towards your bottom. Arms are out to the side in a T, wrap them around. If you can, this time, wrap the other one around so you're not dominant. Hand comes around, tuck the chin to chest and hold. All right, take yourself up. We know this stretch, very familiar with it for those who are in class before. Take the leg, it's going to bring your heel towards center, okay? Take your foot either in front of your leg, we're not crisscross applesauce this time, or grab, and if you can, bring your foot on top of mid-thigh or right above the kneecap. You don't want to rest on the joint. You can move your foot out. We're in kind of a lotus variation. This is for a hip stretch. So there is space here. As you can see, the more you do this, the less the space will become. So find a place that's comfortable. Again, you do not have to stack. You can also, this is your option. Please bear with me, those who have been in class before. You can stack one in front of the other so the feet are in front. Or if the option for crisscross is where you want to be today, that's awesome too. That's an awesome hip opening. Otherwise, please bring your leg up as far as you can. Walk this leg out and open. You will feel a massive stretch here. If you don't, let me know. But you don't want to feel any knife-like pain, okay? So make sure you're just pushing to a place that's comfortable for you. It's not a race. Keep activity through the feet, toes. while we're here, let's give ourselves a little bit of a foot massage while we're in the stretch. We have 90 seconds here, so please begin. I'm turning off the volume. Seems like that's just a lot to hear that noise. I can see the number. It's supposed to be somewhat relaxing, right? Not a hip class. All right, so let's take and just kind of give your toes some love while we're here. Make sure you're opening, sitting up nice and tall. Watch what happens if I not do this. Watch me as the instructor, watch what happens if I start to do this. First of all, it kind of hurts funky. I don't look very much like I'm getting something out of this, right? So I start to tip forward, I start to let my head down and fall. Okay, if we want to then, it's intentional, that's different, right? Let's sit up nice and tall. Create a nice lengthening, lengthen the spine. Shoulders backing down, and breath. You want to rub your thumb through the arch of the foot, give yourself a nice foot massage. You can even just kind of massage each toe. I know if I do like a lot of walking, my toes kind of tend to get sore. The padding right underneath. 3 seconds, 2, and hold. That didn't work, but that's okay. It'll just be a single noise. All right. Slowly lift this leg up. Please set it on the floor. Bring your legs up, and we're gonna switch legs. Bring this leg in. I'm sorry, bring this leg in. Apologize. And now bring this leg all the way up. Walking this foot forward, opening up on the other side. One side might be way more open than the other, so one might be a little bit more bothersome. So if it is, pay attention to that. And sometimes you can feel like a cross pull, so you'll feel like a stretch, but you're also gonna feel it here. There'll probably be more tightness. For me, always the side is tighter. I don't know why, no matter how much I work on it, it likes to just stay tight. So it's all right. I keep working progress. Find a space. You feel confident. If you just want to keep your toes warm, you can. 3, 2, restart. You need water at any time. Remind yourself whether we're foam rolling or deep stretching. If it makes you thirsty, there's nothing wrong with that. This is an active stretch. This is not supposed to be real easy. And the more you breathe, I promise you, the more you're gonna feel in these stretches. Let yourself open all the way through those hips. Release your tension. You have to literally allow yourself to melt into this mat, into the moment. Your body and brain try to take over. Keep closing your eyes. Keep muting me, truly. And just seeing the shape I'm in is helping for a second. Find a space that's peace for you. I won't take offense. I won't know really either. Maybe find a little inside smile, or even on the outside. 2, and 1. We slowly come out. Safely bring this leg up. Release. Maybe it's not so bad to hear the timer. Reminds us to kind of come out of that space for a second. Can't always be peaceful, right? Life throws at us a little bit of that. You got to find a way to stay peaceful through that noise. Inhale in, hold right around, give yourself a big bear hug. I call it a big Anna Marie hug. Give yourself a big you hug. How much do you hug yourself? I don't know. Rock side to side. Find those sit bones. All right, and one more stretch. These are the 3 stretches I'm challenging you to for 90 seconds each. So let's come around, feet to one side, come onto all 4s. We're gonna do an active stretch, bringing the foot forward, but first let's do a little bit of warming up to get there. So a couple cat-cows, let's just drop the chest, inhale in. We're gonna round the back as we exhale like a big cat. Scared at something, right? Past Halloween, but you get the concept. Make yourself as big as a back cat. Orange cat, red cat, any cat. Round through that back. Inhale in. One more time. Let's purposely just trying to stretch out their back. How much can you get that rounded back? Intentionally allow. Stay here 5 seconds past what you want to. 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. All right, let's take our hips side to side. We're gonna take those knees as wide as the mat. Take those big toes together, sit your butt back and down. We're gonna go into child's pose for just 1 minute. Warming up those hips again. We're already should be pretty warm through the hips. If you can, do an active child's pose, so kind of keep your fingertips up. Forehead towards the mat, hips towards your heels. Give me 15 more seconds, please. You want to give yourself a little bit of a head massage. You can take the forehead side to side. 5, 3. Slowly shift yourself up. Bring those hands towards you. Lift yourself up. Bring the knees in. We're going to walk our right foot up towards the top of the mat. We have the toes tucked in the back. If you can, let them be flat. All we're going to do is come into this low lunge position. So all I need you to do is take the pressure out of the fingertips. Make sure you can see your big toe, knee, ankle, toes. And you're ready. Create a little bit of a lift here, just a little. If you want, you can take the hands to the side, rest, or have them towards the ground. If you're still down here, that's fine. Otherwise, I want you to center, zip up through the navel. Your toes are tucked in the back. When you're ready, you can find a place that's comfortable for you. You're gonna try to hold in the same space. If you want, you can open your heart to the sky. Lift your eyes towards the sky. If you feel yourself to being over or forward or backwards, kind of center yourself again. Make sure you continuously can see your big toe. I think it'd be funny to say that on one side, I don't know if funny is the word, but find something not moving. It'd be surprising, is it better, if one side isn't a little bit more stable than the other. So find a spot not moving. You have about 30 more seconds to stay here. You're gonna need to squeeze. You're feeling a nice hip flexor stretch here. If you have to come back out of it and just kind of go back in, that's fine. Remembering all the while to breathe. Eye gaze forward or towards the sky. 5. Slowly lower your fingertips towards the front. Allow for a little bit of movement here without collapsing into the fingertips. Remember, you want to keep your neck in line with spine. So if I do this, I'm kind of arching my neck, right? That's why I'm not looking at you. I want to keep my neck in line with spine. I just naturally do that. That feels funky to look at you if my neck isn't the way it's supposed to be. Slowly bring our hands towards the, bring in the inside. If you want this time to walk out the foot, you can, leaving that leg back for a lizard variation. Let's just stay here for about 15 seconds. Clawing through the fingertips, so especially that first finger and the thumb. So allow some pressure not on the wrists. Remembering to breathe. Slowly walk your foot back in, heel toe, bring to one side. Shift the weight towards the back. You're gonna slowly, slowly, slowly lift your toes up towards the sky. For a runner stretch, okay, or a walker stretch. Nose towards the knee. 3 inhales here. You feel a massive stretch in your hamstring. If it's too much, please remember that gigantic knee bend is awesome. You do not have to flatten that knee out. So you come towards the front, shifting weight forward, bring that knee safely, safely, safely back. You go back into that child pose for 30 seconds to allow some release through the hips. Who knew stretch positions could take this long, right? That's why it's golden, that's why it works. All the while remembering to breathe. Walk yourself up, knees come in. You bring the other leg towards the front and we do the exact same thing. So right now you find a space, make sure that toes are tucked under. Sometimes we come up with them tucked, or we have our toes up, like where I'm gonna show you from the side. So a lot of times when we come up, our toes are this way. We want to tuck them under. Feedback I just heard in my head and was, why don't you show them your toe? As instructors, we're still learning, always open to learning and feedback. All right, slowly come and find ourselves lifting through, allowing for this hip extra stretch. If it's too much, remember, please, please, please don't press yourself forward. Make sure you can see that big toe at all times. The knee likes to come forward and into the center. It's in line, ankle, knee, toes. Time to freeze. Allow yourself a space that opens. It's different for everybody. Thirty more solid seconds. Remember to get a little bit off balance. There's nothing wrong with sitting up nice and tall, bracing the core and going back into the stretch. Give yourself grace. Let yourself truly exhale. We're going to slowly bring our fingers towards the ground. Walk the hands towards the center. Walk this foot out for a lizard variation. Toes can be on the outside of the mat. Swaying side to side for about 15, 20 seconds. If it's too much on the wrist, another option is you can come to your fist. That's another option. You get a nice strong fist. Your shoulders are over your wrists, over your hands, okay? That's an option, and just hold still. Give the wrist a break. Slowly walk that foot back in, heel toe. And when ready, we're gonna shift towards that runner's stretch, but please, 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 when you're lifting that toes towards the sky and shifting back, take your time, there's no rush. Massive knee bend. Bring your nose towards your knee, but it does not have to touch. It doesn't even have to go near it. Stay right here, and that's awesome. See this foot? I'd like to walk that foot back. Keep your hips square towards me. The bigger the breath, the bigger the stretch. I can promise that you'll feel that. Don't be afraid to breathe. Slowly shift your weight towards the front. When you're ready, bring that knee towards the back. Widen the knees as wide as the mat. Big toes are come together, and we shift our weight back towards the back. This time, let's walk our hands to one side and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2. Slowly walk to center. Walk out to the other side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And slowly walk to center. Walking your hands up, knees together, feet to one side, and find your foam roller, please. I'm gonna check the time. When ready. Wonderful. All right. I have a different foam roller today. I'm gonna use my bigger one today just because. Let's do those calves and our legs. If you don't have a foam roller, there is absolutely no reason you cannot do this. You could still use your thumbs, your palms, your fingertips. All of that will still do some amazing work of breaking up the fascia. So again, 10, 15 minutes of this a day, life-changing. So if you can, bring it up to one side if you want, or both sides. That's up to you. I don't know how big your foam roller is. I'm gonna do it from this side. We're gonna let gravity not take, let that take over, as opposed to let your flexion go, where you're like flexing and keeping this tense. You wanna allow your feet to kind of hang. I want you to find the meaty part of your calf. So the part that's right in the middle, but it hangs both sides. And we're just gonna roll forward and backwards. If you want more, so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna let one foot come up, cross over the other foot, and I'm gonna lift myself up a little bit. This gets me more of a stretch. 3. Level 2 is just to have the foot on top, to create a little bit of tension on top. You're gonna roll forward and back for 4. So let's try to go all the way right above it. Excuse me, ankle bone, right below the kneecap. So we don't wanna hit the joint. So we come up and down. This is an active stretch. I mean, I should say roll, but it's like an active, not a passive. And all the way. Not like it's just gonna move for you, if that makes any sense. So I want you to find a spot. We're gonna go side to side with our rainbow. What that means is we're gonna take and roll towards the front on muscle, okay? We're gonna break up this fascia. So if the calf, if you're at the meaty part of your calf, okay, don't be surprised if you wince a little. You go side to side. Try to take that pressure out of your wrist. You can even bring yourself up a little bit. For 4. See how my hips are having to rotate towards you, and then they're rotating towards the back. And now, if you find a spot that has a little bit of like a knot in it, I want you to think about the same thing you would do, like kneading with your thumbs. You can do without a foam roller. If you find a spot, like mine's always kind of on the outside of my calf, I'm gonna find a spot and I'm gonna kind of do like a letter U into the foam roller. So kind of creating this space with the foam roller with my calf. For 4, And if you want, you can always find a spot, hold, breathe, and allow it to like slowly kind of dissipate. Our fascia gets very, very tight, that connective tissue. We want to break it up. It's a lot better oxygen flow. Helps us avoid injury. Oh. So that's a funny spot for me. Okay, so it takes your breath away and wincing. Welcome to, this is what this class is. All right, let's take to the other side. If you can, please, we're gonna take it forward and back for 4. Really kind of trying to dig that calf into, think about this becoming like one. They're just like glued together. Slower you go, the better. Avoid any joints. Just staying right below the knee and right above the ankle. Maybe to watch your muscle. I think this works better. I always say foam rolling works better if you're actually looking at what you're doing. Now we're gonna roll side to side. So I'm gonna come one side. Now my right calf is, for some reason, so the left side of me is tighter, but this right calf is the one that takes it. So if I'm like out of breath and making faces, and this, I do this every day almost, and it still bothers me this much. This should almost take your breath away. If you don't have a foam roller, I suggest maybe ask for Christmas or checking discount stores or online. A simple foam roller, you don't have to run this big. Roll just side to side. All I'm doing is literally letting my foot sit on this thing. It's not even foot, my calf. And my feet want to like tense up. That's what I was thinking about my feet. Let your foot relax. Awesome. Find a spot. If you can, kind of dig into the letter U. You see the tension in my hands. So try to really release. Let that foot relax. Become tense. Wonderful. All right. If you can fit both calves on at the same time, let's try to really roll just forward and back. Relax the feet. And another thing, if you want to even go towards just the bottom, so like the bottom portion of your calf, below mid calf, just this area here, you can also just kind of roll back and forth with that. I know like hard as a rock. So you want to try to like really break that up. So even spending time rolling forward and back on like one little certain part. And again, if you don't have a foam roller, watch. The thing that I can do is I can just take, you can feel this. If you feel around in here with your fingertips and your thumbs, and you really kind of dig in, maybe about a quarter of an inch, half an inch in, and even you should the same kind of thing we're doing. We're just using a tool as opposed to our fingers, but your fingers can do the same thing. So when you rub all the way up and all the way down, or digging in the fingertips like kneading dough, it's the same thing. If you can't feel that, talk to me after class. There should be no reason you can't. The more and more people that have foam rollers in class, I'll do a lot more foam rolling. I typically like to do a lot of foam rolling, but not everybody has one. But if you guys like truly, it's one of the best, and if at all you could get one. I know we're at home, so it's a little bit harder. Usually we have them at the gym. But again, it's the same concept here. So watch the flex. I want you to try to get off the foam roller if you can for a second. And I want you to just feel, if you did this in, like if you're sitting down or even in your bed, if you take and the whole palm, rubbing all the way up and all the way down, and then see this meaty part of my calf, so the part that kind of like goes on both sides. I want you to make it like that, okay? And now I want you to really think about your fingertips digging in. That's what the foam roller is doing. That gets sore. And down here, especially the standing or walking, running, our calves, when you get out of this class today after spending a good, I don't know, 8 minutes on your calves, you're welcome. Because you're going to feel like you have lifted your entire body up. Go to 5 minutes on the feet and 10 minutes on the calves. Whoa. You haven't worked the IT bands and thighs and the glutes. Can you imagine you put it all together for about 45 minutes? I'm doing it without a foam roller on purpose. You can continue to use your foam roller. Wherever you are, we'll have another about 30 seconds to 45. Actively, on purpose, staying with our calves for almost 10 minutes. I want you to pay attention today. Your feet and legs feel lighter. Truly, give me feedback. Let me know. You can't say that you just sit and do this for 10 minutes. So awesome job for welcoming yourself to something like this. This is self-care. Allows you to care for yourself first and then others. All right. Wherever you are, find some peace and stillness. If you want to come into a seated position. For me today, I'm going to leave my legs flat. Have a little bit of a bend in my knees. Lift my arms to the sky. Shoulders back and down. Wherever you want to go today, point my toes. Inhale in, I'm going to try to reach forward. Then flex and find my feet or toes and also possibly the shins. Tuck the chin to chest. For a seated forward fold, if you want that today. Kind of make a little bit of a cave for yourself, a place that you find. Allows you the innermost self to find a space that can be open to the week ahead of you, open to the day ahead of you, open to the hour. You slowly release the hands, slowly release, rolling up one vertebrae at a time, bringing the shoulders around, back and down, opening the eyes, the face, the mouth, a smile. Inhale all the way in. And release. Have a wonderful week. I truly challenge you to the 90-90, each leg, 90 seconds. Then also your or a variation for 90 seconds. And then that lunge on your mat, the low lunge for 90 seconds each side till next Monday. 90 seconds each side. So that's a total of, I walked you through them. It took a little longer. So what? 3 minutes, 3 minutes, 3 minutes. That's 9 minutes. So about 10 minutes. Maybe 10 minutes of foam rolling if you have one, or myofascial release, which is what it is. Foam rolling is self-myofascial release. So it's like giving yourself a massage, especially on those feet and calves. Let's start there. And let's see what happens in a week. So see you next week. Thank you guys. Any feedback, please let me know. Good to have you in class.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow.
Let me know how your calves feel and your feet and your whole body later. Don't be afraid to give me feedback, guys.
Right.
I take positive and negative. I get it. I'm a still learning work in progress too.
Well, you're doing fine.
Yeah, thank you guys. But really, truly, thanks for coming. Thanks for taking the time, everybody. Please let me know if there's anything you want to stretch or work. Maybe we'll do some of our face work next week too.
Good, good. Okay.
Use that foam roller. Get yourselves, challenge yourselves. Set a timer. Harder said than done. So when I challenge you, it means I must probably need to do it too. So now I have to do it. So I think I'll record it. I think I'm going to write it down. So I'm going to mark mine down for today. And I think I'm going to record it. Yeah, I am going to write it down. So I'll show you guys next week. Because if I don't say it to you, I won't do it. Yeah.
Okay.
I have to say I did it too. Bye, guys.